When Jesus died on Calvary, Satan lose again. He died to set me free. Satan lose again. When they nailed him to the cross, Satan lose again. For our sins he paid the cost. Satan lose again. Everybody say, Satan lose again. Satan lose again. Set him loose. Satan lose again. Satan lose again. Everybody say, Satan lose again. Him lose again. Satan lose again. Every time he tried, Satan lose again. Hey, Satan lose again. When they laid him in the tomb, Satan lose again. Late in the afternoon, Satan lose again. Glory. But he rose triumphantly. Satan lose again. And the price of sin was paid. Satan lose again. Set him loose. Satan lose again. Every time Satan lose again. Just leave it in the hands of the Lord. Yeah. Lose again. God wins every time. Satan lose again. Satan lose again. Every battle he fights he lose. So you don't worry. Satan lose again. What the enemy try to do. Satan lose again. Somebody ought to worship the Lord. Somebody ought to give him glory. Yeah. He deserves it. He deserves it. Glory to God. In 2019, I was diagnosed with a stage 4 cancer. The devil thought he won, but in 6 months later, God delivered me. He delivered me. He gave me the victory. Yeah. I'm a victor in Christ. Right now, whatever you're going through, I'm a living testimony of the healing power of Jesus. Even the sickness in your body, God can heal you. If it's a financial problem, if it's your marriage in trouble, God can heal. God can deliver. God can set free. So leave it in his hands. The battle is not yours. As a child of God, for our sins he paid the cost. Satan lose again. Everybody say, Satan lose again. Satan lose again. Set him loose. Satan lose again. Satan lose again. Everybody say, Satan lose again. Him lose again. Satan lose again. Every time he tried, Satan lose again. Hey, Satan lose again. When they laid him in the tomb, Satan lose again. Late in the afternoon, Satan lose again. Glory. But he rose triumphantly. Satan lose again. And the price of sin was paid. Satan lose again. Set him loose. Satan lose again. Every time Satan lose again. Just leave it in the hands of the Lord. Yeah. Lose again. God wins every time. Satan lose again. Satan lose again. Every battle he fights he lose. So
FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Somebody ought to worship the Lord. Somebody ought to give him glory. Yeah. He deserves it. He deserves it. Glory to God. In 2019, I was diagnosed with a stage 4 cancer. The devil thought he won, but in 6 months later, God delivered me. He delivered me. He gave me the victory. Yeah. I'm a victor in Christ.
That's right. Want to say good evening and welcome to this edition of the Wayne Hall Show on your radio. Yes. Can you hear me? Yeah. Hopefully you can. All right. Want to say good evening to everyone checking us out right now. This on your screen, Sounds of Praise concert, Saturday, October 12th, at the Word of Life Praise, Word of Life International Church of God, 4881 Lawrenceville Highway in Tucker, Georgia. A sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, of this evening's edition of the Gospel segment on the Wayne Hall Show. So big shout out to Word of Life International Church of God sponsoring the first 15 minutes of the Wayne Hall Show this evening. 4881 Lawrenceville Highway, Tucker. They have an event on October 12th, and I want us to fill that place up. Yes, John Sebastian, Evangelist Bridget Blurcher, and Marlon Brother Paul Anderson will entertain. They'll be ministering. Tickets are $30 prepaid. All right. So kicking it off like that this evening right here on the Wayne Hall Show. Let me jump back over here and say hello and welcome to everyone locked in on Linkage 101.75, Hype FM, 104.5 FM as well. Hype FM, Frankie Lex and the crew, how are you? Want to shout out Clark TV Network, Viscosity Blend, Island Worldwide, Yard Flow TV, Reggae Vibes Radio, Energy Radio 1, Youchooseradiodotcom, Fresh FM, yes, through the page and the crew, Fit 96.7 FM down there in Western Jamaica, Trelawney's Radio, your life, your radio, your music. Saying good evening to all of my listeners down there on the Rock of J.A. covering Western Jamaica. Also want to say a big shout out to everybody that's watching on YouTube. If you're watching on TikTok, if you're watching on Restream, if you're watching on the WayneHallShow.com. All right, good evening and welcome to everyone. Thank you for checking us out this evening. Great show lined up for you. We have Anthony Turner with the eReport at the bottom of the hour. And then Anthony Turner will be followed later by Dr. Karla Hylton. And she will be talking about her book. However, before we even get into that, I am alarmed at all the, statistics on suicide, ladies and gentlemen. It's truly an eye-opener. This month is National Suicide Prevention Month. And so it's a fitting topic. Dr. Karla Hylton will be on. She'll talk about her book, and we'll go into the topic as well. And guess what? It's 9/11. Yeah. Nueve once. Nueve once for my Spanish-speaking people. Huh? Yeah. 9/11. Where were you on 9/11? Share some feedback with me in the chat. Where were you when that dreadful occurrence took place in the U.S.? I can't say New York City. I lived in New York at the time, but it was Pennsylvania. It was a couple places, Washington, So today we pause to remember the lives we lost. And of course, it's now known as Patriot Day. So welcome to the Patriot Day edition of the Wayne Hall Show. Couldn't proceed without letting you know we are mindful of the fact that today is Nueve Once, 9/11. And, we pause, ladies and gentlemen, to remember those we lost. And say a big shout out to the strength and unity that prevailed in the USA since then. So, yep, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for tuning in. It's a great show, man. Jannice O'Shea joins us at 9:15. And Jannice we're going to talk about this. Let's talk about this. And there's so many things on this list that Jannice don't even know about. That's the fun part. I just put her on the spot. So when she comes, we'll talk about that later. But in the meantime, in between time, here we go. More music.
I love you, Lord, for your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. Oh, all my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Now introducing 11-year-old Jasmine Headley.
I love your voice. You have led me through the fire in darkest nights. You were close like no other. I've known you as a father. I've known you as friends, and I have lived in the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. Your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is running after me. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. After me, with my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after. Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God.
Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Fresh FM Radio London.
You are listening to The Wayne Hall Show, where information meets music.
Jumper exclusive. Send a drop of faith with a single prayer, and Jah will show you the way. So many ups and downs, so many slipping slopes, treading on this lonely road with just faith and hope. Don't let go, that's all I know. Believe in your dreams, no matter how hard it seems. Keep on pushing, you can achieve once you believe. Faith can move mountains. When one door closed, many more open. Faith can move mountains. When one door closed, many more open. Never sponge life back. Them can't distract me with money or vanity. Even though you have to pay for learn, the bridges you cross never burn. Face no tribulations, we all are human. You might have got through a phase right now. Let me tell you this straight. I know you are. Faith can move mountains. When wonder close, many more open. Faith can move mountains. When wonder close, many more open. Your time might seem so long, but just stay strong. Me, I beg you, hold on. Positive mind, perseverance, determination. Faith can move mountains. When wonder close, many more open. Faith can move mountains. When wonder close, many more open.
Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
You are listening to The Wayne Hall Show, where information meets music. Meets music.
Wake up this morning, feel so happy. Wake up this morning, I wanna thank you. Thank you, Lord. When I close my eyes at night, reflecting on precious in life, got everything to be thankful for. In hindsight, get out my bed, have a little talk with God. Can someone spare me the moment? Let me tell you what I said. Feel so happy. Wake up this morning. Feel so happy. Wake up this morning. I wanna thank you. Thank you, Lord. Sunrise in the east, relaxing in the fresh mountain breeze. Got no complaints. Mother Nature has been good to me. Might not have everything that I need, but as long as I can breathe, I'm a promise. I'm a possibility. Feel so happy. Wake up this morning. Feel so happy. Wake up this morning. I wanna thank you. Thank you, Lord. As I come before you, most heavenly Father, I give thanks for another day. I'm asking you to protect us and guide us along the way. And as I look to the east, from whence cometh my help coming from the Most High, I give you thanks. Continue to shine your light on us. Feel so happy. Wake up this morning. Feel so happy.
That's right, outside of Don G. Yeah, outside of Don G's Move Mountains, we get into the sound of impeccable Imar Shepherd saying Morning Prayer from the album with the same name. Prayer from the album with the name Morning Glory. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, you could check that one out on all digital platforms. Once again, a big shout out and welcome to everyone checking out the Wayne Hall Show this evening. And I gotta say again, a big shout out to Sounds of Praise concert, which takes place Saturday, October 12th And that's at the Word of Life International Church of God, 4881 Lawrenceville Highway, Tucker, for sponsoring this first segment of the Wayne Hall Show this evening. Save the date, ladies and gentlemen. Get your tickets, all right? Delicious food on sale, and you know what? Lots more going on there that night. Joan Sebastian, Evangelist Bridget Blocher, and Marlon Brother Paul Anderson. All right, just your ministers. All right, so how have you been? How is 9/11 treating you? Let me go over to good evening, Marva. Yep. Okay, now I see. The big up DJ VJ. All right, so let's see what's going on here. All right. That might be it. Just all right. So want to say again a big shout out to Marva Jacobs, Honorary Consul for Guyana. Thank you. Good evening to you as well. All right. Let me go on over to my social media pages here and see what's going on. Who's on here to shout out? All right. I got to shout out Christine Rendell. CR, how are you? Natalie Sky Voice Lawrence. Lavi, is that Lavi? Oh, you're just typing names. Okay. That's Christine for you, boy. Oh, boy. Christine. Maria Sang. How are you, Maria? All right. And everyone else locked in on the Wayne Hall Show this evening. Singer Irie. I see you. Good evening to Singer Irie as well. And to everyone who's locked in, welcome. Good to have you all. All right. And just want to say, big shout out to everyone over there on, wow, 80 odd likes already. What's going on, TikTok Nation? How are you? Welcome to those of you on TikTok as well. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is take a quick break like this, and I'll be back. Introducing E&W Shipping for all your shipping needs to Jamaica from Atlanta. E&W Shipping is conveniently located at 5002 North Royal Atlanta Drive, Suite L in Tucker, Georgia. They are known as the best when it comes to ship and clear. That's right, ship and have it cleared hassle-free. For ship and clear, a TRN number is required for security purposes. E&W Shipping also offers the fastest way to ship to the Caribbean. Logistics you can count on, people you can trust, picking up your shipment, and a 30% discount for returning residents. Telephone 770-524-8663 to receive your quote and schedule your pickup. Visit their website at www.enwshipping.com. It's E&W Shipping, fulfilling all your export needs.
Comedy is back September 28 and 29 with the Jamaica's King of Comedy is back September 28 and 29 with the brand new stage play Lucky Money, starring the King of Comedy himself, Oliver Samuels, Karen Harriet, and Pablo Hoylett. 2 shows only. Shiloh High School, 4210 Shiloh Road in Snellville. Loads and loads of laughter. Directed by Pablo Hoylett. Doors open at 6 p.m. Showtime 7:30 p.m. on Saturday, September 28. Sunday, September 29. Doors open 4 p.m. Showtime 5 p.m. Admission $60. Food and beverage on sale. Scan the QR code or visit MikeySparkleOnline.com for tickets. Sponsored by Sparkle Auto Care. Presented and produced by the award-winning Mikey Sparkle production. Lucky Money with Oliver Samuels. September 28, September 29. Shiloh High School. Don't miss it. A Mikey Sparkle production.
Scorpio music. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. You know the thing go.
You know the thing go. Wake up in the morning is a gift. Blessings, you know.
I'm in a good mood this morning. It's gonna be a good day. Nothing can spoil my joy. No care what nobody wants say. You know see me energy turn up on it. I beat through the roof. And when we win we can't lose. You know see the energy turn up on it. I beat through the roof. Chat them chat we make move. 9 to 5 but me ain't phone up in me ass. We can't see a yard in a bed.
Bishop Raymond Elliott, good evening.
This is just my blood.
Sandra Malcolm, good to see you, Sandra. Vivian Shepherd, welcome.
For the G's them get the keys, them the beam of them start and so nice. But me tell you how me do it. I'm in a good mood this morning.
Hey, it's gonna be a good day.
Nothing can spoil my joy. No care what nobody wants say. You know see me energy turn up on it, I beat through the roof. And when we win, we can't lose. You know see the energy turn up on it, I beat through the roof. Chat them chat, we make move. Well done, me neighbor, tell me say my sound too loud, my lord, and it never turn up. You know see it plain, said that woman I know like me, my king. Adjust me vibe, she want broke. More time, I wish me sound loud like the aunt on a truck. And this was one of them morning. Right now, me no care what she wants say. I just don't really give a
Sure.
I'm in a good mood this morning. It's gonna be a good day. Nothing can spoil my joy. No care what nobody wants say. You know see me energy turn up on it, I beat through the roof. And when we win, we can't lose. You know see the energy turn up on it, I beat through the roof. Chat them chat, we make move. 9 to 5, but me ain't phone up.
I gotta say a big shout out to Auntie P and Super Sessions with Sue and checking in. Good evening, Super Sue.
You get close to the weekend. My real friend, make we link up. Everything set and alright. And Jelly with their chief friend. For the G's, them get the keys, them the beam of them start and so nice. But me tell you how me do it. I'm in a good mood this morning. It's gonna be a good day. Nothing can spoil my joy. No care what nobody wants say. You know see me energy turn up on it, I beat through the roof. And when we win, we real friend, make we link up. Everything set and alright. And Jelly with their chief friend. For the G's, them get the keys, them the beam of them start and so nice. But me tell you how me do it. I'm in a good mood this morning. It's gonna be a good day. Nothing can spoil my joy. No care what nobody wants say. You know see me energy turn up on it, I beat through the roof. And when we win, we can't lose. You know see the energy turn up on it, I beat through the roof. Chat them chat, we make move.
Right, that's right. You're locked into the Wayne Hall Show. Good evening again, listeners, viewers everywhere, all the platforms that are carrying the Wayne Hall Show right now. It's that time, and it's been a minute. Let's welcome, hot on the burner, Mr. Anthony Turner, and he's got the eReport for us. Anthony, how are you? Let me make sure we can hear you.
Yes, sir. Good night, good afternoon. I know people tuning in from all parts of the globe.
Yeah,
How
man.
is everything?
Yes, sir. All parts of the globe is correct. All is well, Anthony. All is well. How are you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm in a celebratory mode.
Yeah?
After that whooping last night.
Oh! After that whooping, I like how you put it. Man.
I tell you, I feel like you're talking about you match up a university graduate against a primary school student who, a struggling primary school student who was definitely outclassed on all of the issues. And, you know, maybe 20 years ago it would work when you didn't have this sort of, you call it now, instant fact checking. You know, so you could say things and it would take a week to go through encyclopedia for proof.
I know.
You know, but you have instant, you know, experts checking as the thing unfolds in real time. So before the spin doctors can get out to start doing what they're doing, you know, you can start questioning some of the things that were spoken about and put them in context. That they're not real things. They're, you know, fabrication of one's imagination.
I know.
I think, and this is not sleepy Joe. I think the former president have a hard time dealing with a strong woman, especially a strong black woman. So I think Michelle Obama, I was listening to one of the points that he was raising about jobs and talking about jobs for African Americans and Hispanics, and that is going to immigrants. But I mean, most of those people that he's talking about, we're all immigrants. And the real job that Michelle Obama classified, the real job that he's trying to get. That's a black job now. So we're going to tell him. Those are the jobs that we are going for now. So long gone are the days when we're at the bottom of the barrel and living. No, we have our eyes set on the highest level, highest job, the biggest job in the world. And those are the jobs that we're aiming for. We're not just asking for any handouts. We're coming to the table as the most qualified for the job. And you can't really go on Kamala's credentials because this performance they're saying is probably one of the best they've seen in the history of the beats. I mean, she came prepared and she did everything. She knew how to push buttons. And I think Trump was running scared. I think from the opening, when they both introduced him and she went over and shook his hand and said, well, meet the future president. She cannot throw him off.
Yes. Well, because you know what kind of answer he would like to give right there. I can't quite answer you the way I'd like to, lady. Oh gosh.
Yeah, but it was an interesting debate, and I say Kamala is already requested a second debate, but knowing Sleepy Trump, I don't think he's gonna accept. And the thing is, boy, he's placed in a situation where, boy, if he accepts, it's gonna be the knockout punch that's gonna be thrown. If he doesn't accept it, then I'm
it's like
sure.
A chicken.
Yeah, so it's almost like a no-win situation. But anyway, we're not here to talk politics, so I leave that for the analysts and the pundits. But I think, as a lay American citizen, I can say that it was a clear choice for me.
I mean, no doubt. You who looked more like your leader last night. The writing, it was clear.
Yeah, and I'm looking on CNN and they say, with 55 days to go to November 5th, Harris dominates Trump in presidential debate. So this is not Sleepy Joe.
No.
Anyway.
And Anthony, let's keep it balanced, man. Hillary didn't do too badly against him either. And she didn't win. So at the end of the day, I want to make the point that we have to roll up our sleeves, do what we need to do.
You have to vote, man.
Let's go. Vote, because she's done her part. She delivered a blow last night. No, we got to go vote. We've got to go.
Yeah, and that is what needs to be done. So, man, we just have to encourage people. Go out and vote, man. It's not over till, the fat lady sings. So go out and vote. Anyway, talking about presidential elections and pundits and endorsements and all of that, I see that reggae singer Richie Stephens, he has thrown a song in the hat, and he's now warming hearts in the US with his new single called Big Up Kamala Harris. And since social media influencer Sherry South Time posted it on Facebook,
yes,
it has racked up 447,000 views or plays. So it gone viral. And this is the song without a video. This is just the song with a picture. And boy, if you haven't heard the song, it's a really nice song. You got the song?
Say the name again, the title?
It's Big Up Kamala.
Oh, yeah.
I said it. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. It has a scare beat and it talks about some of the issues and all of that.
Yes,
so.
Yes.
And I tell you, I spoke to the young lady, Sherry South, and she was saying, boy, when she posted the video on August 28th, she just posted it like she normally posts a regular video, and she was startled at the thousands of plays and visitors she had to her site daily. And I quote her, she said, I started receiving notification that various people were following me. At one point, I received over 1,000 new followers in one day. And she said the song is helping with Kamala's visibility in the diaspora. Many Jamaicans in the diaspora identify with the song mainly because of her Jamaican roots, and most importantly because the song was written by a Jamaican, and in the quote, and that is from Sherry Soul Time. And I actually spoke to Mr. Richie Stevens about the song, and he said he was inspired to write the song by the Vice President's brilliance and because of her Caribbean roots. And I have a quote from him. It says, I respect the brilliance of Vice President Kamala Harris, and regardless of what some naysayers say, her roots are Jamaican and Indian, and that cannot be changed. So,
there you go.
yeah, man. So he's just laying it on the table and, just talking the facts as it is. So we want to say big up Richie Stevens, and big up Kamala Harris. And I want to say congratulations to Leroy Heptone Sibbles, because he's now officially crowned the king of reggae bassline. And this happened at the Randy Williams Entertainment Center in Kingston last Saturday. And when you talk about Leroy Sibbles, of course, he is the lead singer of the Heptones back in the 60s and 70s. And he also played on some of the most expansive bass lines of Studio One. And some of the big Heptone songs, Gonna Fight, Sweet Talking, those are two big songs from the Heptones. And the rhythm, one of the most popular rhythm that Leroy played on was Sata Masa Ghana. And that was by the Abyssinians.
Yeah.
And that song was an instrumental, but it gave rise to a number of big reggae songs. You have Sweep Over My Soul, big song by reggae singer Luciano. There is also Stand Tall by the Prophet Capleton. That rhythm gave birth to a big song from Mr. John Holt called I Love I Can Feel. Big song. It also spun that big song by the King of Lovers Rock, Mr. Beresford Hammond, called Tempted to Touch, and it doesn't get bigger than that. And also Fresh Vegetable by Tony Rebel. So some big songs there from that Sata Masa Ghana rhythm. Then Leroy also played on the Full Up rhythm, Past the Kochi by the Mighty Diamonds. If you grew up in Jamaica, I think that was from back in the 70s or early 80s.
I think early
Past
80s.
the Kochi.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And then there was Musical Youth who did Past the Duchy.
Yeah.
Musical Youth. Of course, a young group out of England. That Full of Rhythm gave rise to Tyrus Riley's Beware, a big song, and Half Pints Fiction. So some big songs, big rhythm tracks coming from Leroy Heptone Sybil. So we want to say congratulations to him. And for, this really great, he kind of found a way to reintroduce himself, because as he said, I really didn't get paid for some of these rhythms. The ongoing residual income that he should have accrued. So at least now he's getting recognition in terms of letting younger people know that he is responsible for some of those things. And finally, our prayers go up for, of course, Mr. Cleve Lang, popularly known as
Lieutenant Stitchy.
Stitchy, yes. Yeah. He is, of course, suffered a brain hemorrhage and is recuperating. And I think they're saying he's still unresponsive. And they've actually started a GoFundMe for over $100,000. I think last time I checked, they were about $12,000. Still a long way off from that 100,000 goal that they're trying to achieve to pay for some of his medical expenses and his long-term treatment that they're saying will be necessary. And
is he here in the States or is he in Jamaica?
No, he's in Jamaica. He's in Jamaica. And two reggae stalwarts have stepped up to the plate. We're talking about Spragga Benz and Bounty Killer. and they have basically stepped up to social media, and they're really charging the government that they should host an event at the national arena to raise funds for Stitchy, and they tag the Honorable Babsy Grange and the Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Honorable Mike Holness, Andrew Holness, and they're also imploring all the entertainers in the music fraternity to make themselves available to perform for free at this event. So, hopefully they could raise the necessary funds for Lieutenant Stitchy. And as I said, Bounty has also stepped up to the plate, and he's encouraging fellow entertainers to donate to the cause. He says Stitchy is his musical big brother, and we're just happy that there's an outreach. Stitchy is somebody who I've worked with over the years, and would love to see him back out doing what he does best, which is to perform and to write great lyrics. So there you have it, Wayne. That's some of the things happening in entertainment this week.
Thank you, sir. Anthony Turner. There he is, hot on the burner. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all this information, and continue to celebrate the whooping of last night. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Yeah, man, you take care.
All right, Anthony. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another edition of the eReport with Mr. Anthony Turner, the man being hot on the burner. We'll be right back after these.
Jamaica's King of Comedy is back September 28 and 29 with the brand new stage play Lucky Money, starring the King of Comedy himself, Oliver Samuels, Karen Harriet, and Pablo Hoylett. 2 shows only, Shiloh High School, 4210 Shiloh Road in Snellville. Loads and loads of laughter. Directed by Pablo Hoylett. Doors open at 6 p.m. Showtime 7:30 p.m. on Saturday, September 28, Sunday, September 29. Doors open 4 p.m. Showtime 5 p.m. Admission $60. Food and beverage on sale. Scan the QR code or visit MikeySparkleOnline.com for tickets. Sponsored by Sparkle Auto Care. Presented and produced by the award-winning Mikey Sparkle production. Lucky Money with Oliver Samuels. September 28, September 29. Shiloh High School. Don't miss it. A Mikey Sparkle production.
Introducing E&W Shipping for all your shipping needs to Jamaica from Atlanta. E&W Shipping is conveniently located at 5002 North Royal Atlanta Drive, Suite L in Tucker, Georgia. They are known as the best when it comes to ship and clear. That's right, ship and have it cleared hassle-free. For ship and clear, a TRN number is required for security purposes. E&W Shipping also offers the fastest way to ship to the Caribbean. Logistics you can count on, people you can trust, picking up your shipment, and a 30% discount for returning residents. Telephone 770-524-8663 to receive your quote and schedule your pickup. Visit their website at www.enwshipping.com. It's E&W Shipping, fulfilling all your export needs. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. All right, once again, welcome on Linkage 101.75, 104.5 FM in New York. Hype FM, Frankie Lex. Boy, Frankie, you're a walking radio unit, boy. Let me tell you that. All right, big up to Clark TV Network, Viscosity Blend, whoever is listening on Island Worldwide, Reggae Vibes Radio. If you're listening on Yard Flow TV, Energy Radio 1, Youchooseradiodotcom. If you're on Fresh FM, if you're on Fit 96.7, Trelawney's Radio, Your Life, Your Music. Want to say a big shout out to all the Fit FM family, man, down there in Western Jamaica and some parts of Central Jamaica, checking out the Wayne Hall Show every Wednesday, right? 4 to 6. All right. Also want to shout out those locked in on Restream. If you're locked in on YouTube, if you're on the WayneHallShow.com, if you're on TikTok, hi TikTok, yes, anyone, everywhere locked in on the show, good evening and welcome. It's Suicide Prevention Awareness Month in the US. And ladies and gentlemen, I found some stunning information on that topic. But here to help us talk about it, plus her book, The Unvarnished Truth, ladies and gentlemen, is Dr. Karla Hylton. And so I'm going to go over to Zoom and say a good evening and welcome to Dr. Karla Hylton. Hello.
Hi, Wayne.
How are you?
How are you? I'm good. Thank you for having me. How are you?
I am doing well. Want to make sure we
Great,
can
great.
hear you loud and clear. All right, good. There you are. Monitor says we are good. So that makes it great. Stand by. I want to do something before we talk real quick. I want to drag in the image of your book cover so I can have it here.
Okay.
And then we can, so as we talk, I can reference it or the audience can see it. So bear with me as I get that. Your day was great.
It was.
All right, that's good to know. That's good to know. Yeah, mine was typical hump day. I got it. It started. It started so slowly, but I warmed up to the challenges of the hump. Made it over the hump. I think.
Yep.
Yeah, and then just remembering it was 9/11. It is 9/11
It is
actually.
9/11, right?
Do you
Yes.
remember where you were on 9/11?
I definitely do. I remember it like it was yesterday,
Oh yeah?
honestly. Yes, because it so happened that 2 weeks before it actually happened, I was at the World Trade Center
Oh
in New York,
no!
and
Wow!
it was just yes.
Oh my gosh! Well, there you have it. I lived in Mount Vernon, New York, not too far from the city of Manhattan, of down in Manhattan, where it happened.
Mhm.
And yeah, the memories of everything I saw are still very much here, man. Yeah.
Mhm.
hmm But yeah, okay. I think we got the image of your book here, so I'm gonna size it and drop it right in the middle of us. So there we go. Let me make it just a little smaller so they know this is what it's. I like that. It sits right between us. Perfect. Good deal. I'll make sure I stay to the side. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Karla Hylton. She's here tonight to talk about her book, The Unvarnished Truth, A Purpose in the Pain. However, there's a whole lot more to this conversation this evening in the light that it's also, ladies and gentlemen, Suicide Prevention Month. And let me go do one more thing. There's so many things Mr. Wayne got to keep in mind. Let me go over here and hit this. Yep.
Recording in
All
progress.
right. That will help us have this for easy access later. All right. So, Dr. Karla Hylton, tell us a little bit about you. Curious to know, like the upbringing. Where are you from? Where?
Well, I'm from Jamaica.
All right.
I am from Jamaica. I grew up in the parish of St. Thomas. I I am an educator. I have a doctorate in biotechnology, and I throughout I have extensive teaching experience. So I hold a postgraduate degree in education, and I'm also certified in mental health studies. So my journey through life has led me to write The Unvarnished Truth, which of course is an autobiographical work that reflects my personal experiences with overcoming adversity. I've also, since writing that, I've also done the companion workbook, Vanquishing Monsters, which helps persons to overcome. I go into details of how I overcame many of the obstacles that I had to face. And because it is Suicide Prevention Month, I will mention, I know you'll probably bring it up, but I am a two-time suicide attempt survivor. And, it's one of my missions to help persons going through the struggles of suicidal ideation, which a lot of persons are not aware of what this means and how people can have these thoughts and so on. It has now become my mission to help persons suffering from suicidal ideation, helping families recover as well.
Wow. And the suicidal topic, man, I found the most shocking stats. I'm gonna use shocking because it's funny how we run around in life, and until something either knocks on your door or you encounter someone with an experience that you don't even pay attention. 1.6 million suicidal attempts in 2022 worldwide, of which 700,000 people died. Over 700,000 people. It's good to know that you can help us tonight relate to having had two attempts yourself. Um, how would you summarize, Dr. Hilton, the progression towards suicide? How does one get there?
Wayne, that varies from person to persons.
Mm-hmm.
There are genetic factors. Of course, there's a lot of environmental factors that affect the person's psyche. Usually, it is linked to a lot of trauma from childhood days and how it is dealt with from an early age. I personally believe the earlier you can attack this, it is a mental health
Yes.
issue, right? It is a disease, so to speak. It's not referred to as a disease, but it is an illness, right? And suicidal ideation is really having thoughts or considerations about ending one's own life. And it's not something that you can look at someone and just say that person is suffering from suicidal ideation. Oftentimes we wear this mask.
Yes.
We're smiling, we look normal, we're conversing, we're intelligent, we are whatever, but we're hiding these thoughts as to our worthiness of being alive, of being on the planet. What is our purpose?
There are numerous examples out there of partners, for example, parents who are happy with their kids, spend a great time with them, and then just drive away and go take their own life. I mean, they knew that was going to be the last, and it makes you wonder, why wasn't there enough with that exchange, that final exchange with their family members to make them even think twice? So it has to be something that comes on with a lot of conviction.
Yes, it's your thoughts are distorted when you are in that depressed state. Your thought processes are distorted. So even though, when you're back to normal, so to speak, that obviously that's not true. But during that period
Yes.
where you have distortion, you are thinking that perhaps the loved one is actually better off without you. You're thinking that perhaps you're a burden to that person, and that even though the person loves you, for example, your
Yes.
family member, you say, okay, they'll grieve for maybe 2 or 3 months, but then in the end, in the long run, they might be better off without you. Of course, that is total distortion. However, that is how persons actually think when they are in
That's
that
how that
state.
process looks. Wow.
Right.
So, and we're going to get into the book, I promise you. But again, it's a very pertinent topic, being the month of September. In your personal experience, do tell why you got to the point of an attempt. Because please tell me there were resources you could have gone to, you could have used. I know you have now pointed out distortion to myself and my audience, but why? How could it get there? You're in a field of education, or you've had an educational background. You know about counseling. How does a Karla Hylton get to attempting suicide?
It's so many things all in one, Wayne. It's not one thing. It's just a combination of many factors. And yes, you are right. I'm educated. I was, living well, so to speak, and many persons would not believe that someone like myself would consider taking their own life. But there came a point when I felt that my life was out of control, where I couldn't control things. And that's the problem wherein I wanted to have that power to dictate how my life is supposed to be. And many of us do have that feeling, we want life to go this way, this way, this way. But then, of course, there's always that curve ball that is thrown on you. And in my case, I was seeing counselors, I was taking medication, so I was under psychiatric care, etc. But I was not getting better. I was not getting better. There were certain things I wanted to have in my life that I couldn't, and I couldn't change it. So I went through a very tumultuous divorce, right?
Okay.
And that led me to, it caused an estrangement with my 2 adult children. And I decided that if it is that I couldn't have them in my life, then I didn't want to be alive. You get me?
Okay.
Right. And I couldn't force them to be in my life, but I had the power to be here or not, or so I thought, right?
Right. In your moments of distortion.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But
Wow.
God had a different plan.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're having a very fascinating conversation with Dr. Karla Hylton, author of The Unvarnished Truth, and and who is a 2-time suicide attempt survivor. Don't know if I'm coining those words right,
Yeah.
but she's here during this month of suicide prevention to share her experience. Now, having tried twice and failed, where would you point to as a turning point for you, to where you could safely say to yourself, okay, no more suicide attempts. I've figured out this. I've been helped enough, or I have found the resources that I can safely say no more attempts at taking my own life.
Okay, so it was not an overnight, occurrence. I was not happy to be alive. The second time was a very serious attempt. I should not have been alive, and if I made it alive, I should have been brain damaged, etc. The recognition of what had happened and how my life was saved and how many people rallied around to make sure, to ensure that I would live, it really shook me up. And I realized that even though life isn't necessarily going exactly the way I want it to go, there's so many persons who love and care for me. And there was no explanation as to why I lived, but that God. It really, I was drawn closer to God. And I realized that I must be here for some purpose, because the second attempt should not have failed. Yet it did. And I'm here, I'm not brain damaged, I'm fine,
Right.
So a lot of introspection, a lot of spirituality, praying, a lot of family support. I have 3 brothers who were always around me, supporting me. And, I got an emotional support dog that helped me as well. Yes.
I like that, because a lot of us don't realize how much animals can help in a therapeutic manner with mental illness.
Definitely. Very important. My dog, she helped me a whole lot, Daisy. She helped me tremendously.
Do you still have that dog?
I do, I do, I do,
Awesome. Awesome.
I do.
Yes. Yes. Wow. So, being that it's Suicide Prevention Month, what pointers can you share with anyone listening, that they're either trouble, have thoughts that maybe, life at times isn't worth living, or who knows someone that they can point in a certain direction? What resources can you share with us tonight?
Okay, well, I definitely would want to encourage, okay, if the person is actually suicidal, they will have to learn self-compassion. We have to be able to forgive our own self for the wrongs we have done. I would encourage them to become more spiritual, read the Bible, pray a little bit more. I would encourage them to, if they're not spiritual, a gratitude journal, because there is a link of gratitude to spirituality, right? Gratitude is what leads to belief. And I had to start that habit wherein you write even 3 things that you are grateful for. And 3 things seem so small, but when I started, it was the hardest thing. I couldn't think of anything that I was grateful for. Now I can think of 100. You see what
Great.
I'm saying? So it takes time to develop that. If you are a loved one now of someone who is suicidal now, I would say to that person, don't leave that person alone. Do not stop encouraging the person, and encourage the person towards healing, in terms of they may need psychiatric help. They definitely will need some mental health professional to assist them through the process. It's not all on the mental health professional. They will have to do some of the work, but never stop telling that person how much you love them, because it's important for them to.
Wow. Loving it, loving it. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Karla Hylton, author of The Unvarnished Truth, sharing about suicide here in the month of suicide prevention in the USA. Now, let's get back to your book, The Unvarnished Truth. And I'll put it back on the screen so you can see it, ladies and gentlemen. There it is, The Unvarnished Truth, Purpose in the Pain. What inspired? I guess it's pretty clear now, but what was really the inspiration behind The Unvarnished Truth?
When I verbally told my story to persons, many of them say, why don't you put this in a book?
Okay.
This story resonates with many persons who struggle with a lot of the issues that I went through. And I went through quite a bit, so it's easy enough for anybody to find a common denominator in that book, because the book discusses trauma from childhood all the way up to middle age and marriage, divorce, motherhood, being married to a narcissist, abuse, home invasion at the age of 5 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yes, estrangement from children, spiritual growth, and of course it goes through my suicidal ideation. So there's a lot for persons to learn from the book, because I don't just tell my story, but
Okay.
I explain some of the issues and some of the ways in which I had to overcome these obstacles. I'm very vulnerable, and a lot of persons actually comment about the vulnerability in the book. I am open. I tell everything, the good, the bad, because I'm not perfect, and all my mistakes are there, and how I could have done things differently, etc. But how I accept who I am now, because that's who I am, and I strive to be better.
It almost sounds like the book itself is therapeutic in terms of you writing it.
It was definitely very, very cathartic. It was very good to put down all my thoughts on paper. And yes, it was.
A great example of journaling, huh?
Yes, 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 yes,
So,
yes.
as far as so that's what I wanted to ask actually, and so you answered that for me, which is, it's not just storytelling, is it? It's also advice, it's takeaways, it's
Yes,
tidbits here
definitely.
that can be shared and so on. Where's the book available?
Oh, it's available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble.
Very good. So there is, and then you mentioned there's a workbook that goes with it.
Yes, Vanquishing Monsters. It is a companion workbook to the book, and it's a practical tool for those who are ready to take action towards their own healing. And all of us need a little healing, you know. We don't have to be suicidal. There is a chapter on suicide, but there
Okay.
are other chapters on abuse, marriage, parenthood, spirituality, of course, because I can't forget that one. Yeah, so there are lots of tools in the book to help persons, to empower them to rebuild their self-worth, to develop resilience and overcome challenges.
You know, you allude to childhood trauma, and growing up in Jamaica, majority poor, you know, there's so many things that we experience as kids. Um, how would you assess the risks of trauma just happening as a natural result of stuff like poverty and just being a third world country? Do you think that lends
Poverty.
itself to that, or because trauma is not also only among the poor? I'm not gonna say I'm not aware of that. It's also we have rich people trauma too, but how much of it you think? In other words, how traumatized are we?
I think poverty in of itself is a trauma. Wouldn't
Okay.
you say? I mean, it is a trauma because, so anybody growing up with the poverty in Jamaica would definitely be suffering from some form of trauma. It's how they develop. And I think that's why Jamaicans do so well. Most of us grew up in poverty, and, it inspires us to,
Right.
to rise above it
Rise
all.
above it and do
Yes.
great things.
Mhm.
Anything you want to share with us before we wrap up this conversation this evening that I might not have asked you?
You know, I just want to encourage, because it is suicidal awareness month, encourage anybody who is having those thoughts to seek help right away. And, the family of these people, sometimes it can be frustrating to the family, but just continue to encourage and to love these persons.
I have a hello here from Super Sessions with Suen saying, "Hi, Dr. Carla, and
Hi,
that God's
Suen.
plan is always the best."
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you, Suen. Yes, that's true.
right. Well, I certainly appreciate your time this evening. Thank you for sharing so candidly, so open, and being so vulnerable with us this evening on the Wayne Hall Show as we highlight Suicide Prevention Month. It sounds like there could be a whole lot more we could talk about, but I think we got to the nitty gritty of it. Ladies and gentlemen, please go purchase your copy of The Unvarnished Truth, Purpose in the Pain by Dr. Karla Hylton, our own Jamaican, who's sharing with us, I'm pretty sure, a lot that we can all relate to. So, Dr. Karla Hylton, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you so much.
You have a great rest of your evening.
You too.
All
Okay.
right. Bye bye. Introducing E&W Shipping for all your shipping needs to Jamaica from Atlanta. E&W Shipping is conveniently located at 5002 North Royal Atlanta Drive, Suite L in Tucker, Georgia. They are known as the best when it comes to ship and clear. That's right, ship and have it cleared hassle-free. For ship and clear, a TRN number is required for security purposes. E&W Shipping also offers the fastest way to ship to the Caribbean. Logistics you can count on, people you can trust, picking up your shipment, and a 30% discount for returning residents. Telephone 770-524-8663 to receive your quote and schedule your pickup. Visit their website at www.enwshipping.com. It's E&W Shipping, fulfilling all your export needs.
King of Comedy is back September 28 and 29 with the brand new stage play Lucky Money, starring the King of Comedy himself, Oliver Samuels, Karen Harriet, and Pablo Hoylet. 2 shows only, Shiloh High School, 4210 Shiloh Road in Snellville. Loads and loads of laughter. Directed by Pablo Hoylet. Doors open at 6 p.m. Showtime 7:30 p.m. on Saturday, September 28. Sunday, September 29. Doors open 4 p.m. Showtime 5 p.m. Admission $60. Food and beverage on sale. Scan the QR code or visit MikeySparkleOnline.com for tickets. Sponsored by Sparkle Auto Care. Presented and produced by the award-winning Mikey Sparkle production. Lucky Money with Oliver Samuels. September 28, September 29. Shiloh High School. Don't miss it. A Mikey Sparkle production.
Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Fresh FM Radio London.
You are listening to The Wayne Hall Show, where information meets music. Meets music. Meets music.
Hey baby girl, let me rub you down. Skin so smooth, I love my chocolate brown. African woman, you wear my crown. You're a treasure so profound. Do you remember the day we met? It wasn't on earth but on a public jet. I caress your mind with such finesse, and I know you'll never forget. Every real man needs a woman to love. I personally need my woman to love.
Warrior King, brand new.
Strangers, now we're lovers. It's amazing how the journey of life unfolds. We were once strangers, today we're lovers. Making sweet love like we never did before. Beautiful woman, superb and neat. You're the only one that makes me feel complete. Royal and regal when we touch the street, the highest frequency. Today you're in my arms, yesterday you were a stranger. I'm a lion, you're my lioness, I'll protect you from all danger. Every real man needs a
I want to say hello to Jannice O'Shea. Also want to say a big welcome. Patricia Morgan, good to see you. All right, everyone is locked in. Thank you.
Now we're lovers.
Andrea Brown McNeish, welcome.
Amazing how the journey of life unfolds. We were once strangers.
Desire, the leader. Big up, big up.
Making sweet love like we never did before.
One Strangers, Warrior King, brand new music out there in the streets, available everywhere right now. Shout out again if you're on TikTok. Thanks for the love. I see you're busy.
Every real man needs a woman to love. I personally need my woman to love. Love. We were once strangers, now we're lovers. It's amazing how the journey of life unfolds. We were once strangers, today we're lovers. Making sweet love like we never did before.
So once again, it's 9/11, and you know, our heartfelt. We'll never forget, like they said. We'll never forget 9/11. All right, and I'll share my quick 9/11 moment with you. I'll never forget that. Michelle was pregnant. My wife was pregnant, 4 months pregnant, with our first child, Michelle, and we actually went into the city that morning to drop somebody off right down where everything happened. Right, it was for a medical procedure. So we dropped a friend off down there. We were like, man, it was just an eerie feeling to the place. We saw some strange behaviors too from a group of individuals, and we're like, what's up with that? But you put nothing on practice, like we say. Didn't take it too seriously, right? And so we ended up just going about our business as normal. But as soon as we got back home, got ourselves, all right, I need to take this off so it stopped echoing. Yeah. So we as soon as we got home, ladies and gentlemen, and we got into the car to leave to work, the reports came out. A plane hit the World Trade Center. So we like, another one, probably one of those little planes, somebody flying too low over the city. But then I go, wait a minute. They're just reporting a second one. And then I'll never forget, Isley Brothers was playing on the radio in the car, Isley Brothers. And this crazy feeling just came over that something was serious. And then the reporters start saying, yeah, this is serious. And man, the next 24 hours was absolutely crazy. We knew so many individuals. We were, like I said, about 20 minutes out of Manhattan. There was a daycare next to where I worked where their parents dropped them off and went to work down at the World Trade Center. I had knee surgery, and my doctor had relatives. Everywhere you went, we just cried for days and top of days. Yeah. And years, I took Wayshell after she was grown, and Shalane. We went back to see the memorial, and it brought back a lot of memories for us, and they got to see, to a large extent, what it was like on 9/11. So that's my 2 tidbits on 9/11. Don't forget Jannice O'Shea at the bottom of the hour. Let's talk about this. And I wonder what Jannice and I will talk about this evening. All I can tell you, it will be substantive. All right? It will be substantive. Jannice O'Shea says, hello, Dr. Hylton, with the Unvarnished Truth. Hopefully Dr. Hylton heard that. All right. So, Singer Irie is at it again. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Singer Irie is at it again. And this time he's got one out. Another one with a comedic twist. Sleep Talking. Ready, set, go.
Jannice Star. I can't believe this. Your woman I call her next man name in her sleep. Heard my woman in her sleep calling out another man name. And the sad thing about it, I'm the one to be blamed. Heard my woman in her sleep like she made
Andrea, you moved 2 days before 9/11. You knew.
No one to blame. No one.
Hold on. Pull up the tune. Pull up the tune. We're going to pull up Singer Irie because it looked like Andrea Brown McNeish had connections with the people who flew the... I'm just kidding, Andrea. How did you know to move, though? I'm just too bad. But Andrea says she moved to Georgia 2 days before 9/11. I'm glad they didn't call you in for questioning, Andrea, because talk about a good call. That was a good call. All right, from the top, one more time. I'm not going to disturb it again. Ladies and gentlemen, Singer Irie, Sleep Talking.
Jannice Star. I can't believe this. Your woman I call her next man name in her sleep. Heard my woman in her sleep calling out another man name. And the sad thing about it, I'm the one to be blamed. Heard my woman in her sleep like she making love with someone else. And I've got no one to blame, no one but myself. Oh well, she said Tony, but my name is
Pull the one from top, Miss Harley, I beat them too bad.
Marjorie Hamilton, how are you?
Your woman I call her next man name in her sleep.
CR if it's...
Heard my woman in her sleep calling out another man name.
It should be called the Tony Tune.
And the sad thing about it, I'm the one to be blamed. Heard my woman in her sleep like she making love with someone else. And I've got no one to blame, no one but myself. Oh well, she said Tony, but my name is Patrick. She said Tony, I love the long broomstick. She said Tony, but my name Patrick. She said, Tony, Tony, I love the way you're doing it. Many times she called me on the phone. Say, come home, baby, I'm all alone. My reply, can't you see that I'm busy? Chilling out with my homie. When I realized what taking place, I tried to fix it, but was too late. Hands in my milk house, gone through the gate. Someone I eat from a plate. Heard my woman in her sleep, calling out another man name. Oh God, and the sad thing about it, I'm the one to be blamed. Oh well, heard my woman in her sleep like she making love to someone else. And I've got no one to blame, no one but myself. Oh well, like Berry's, I took her for granted. Never know that she would be so wanted. Like Sister, she have me a dry cry. Oh me, oh my. I should have spent more time with her. Should have been there when she needed me. No, it's my fault, she gone astray. It hurts me every day. Heard my woman in her sleep, calling out another man name. Oh well, and the sad thing about it, I'm the one to be blamed. Oh well, my woman in her sleep like she making love to someone else. And I've got no one to blame, no one but myself. Oh well, she said, Tony, Tony, but my name is Patrick. She said, Tony, Tony, I love the long stick. She said, Tony, Tony, but my name is Patrick. She said, Tony, Tony, I love the way you do it. I should have given her more attention, sweet loving and affection.
Want to shout out singer Ira, Keith Cole, Toddman, Sella Neal, Anna K. Simone Simpson, First Lady Michelle, all locked in. Thank you for tuning in.
I'm the one to be blamed. Heard my woman in her sleep like she making love to someone else. And I've got no one to blame, no one but myself. Oh well, she said, Tony, Tony, but my name is Patrick. She said, Tony, Tony, I love the long broomstick. She said, Tony, Tony, but my name is Patrick. She said, Tony, Tony,
Big FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Fresh FM Radio London.
You are listening to The Wayne Hall Show, where information meets music.
Taking place. I tried to fix it, but was too late. Hands in my milk house, gone through the gate. Someone I eat from a plate.
Watch out, man. Hey, give me weed, give me. Peace and loaded. When you touch it, see a girl where me like. Buffy her. Used to roll with poverty like how the entertainer from over Portmore named Candy and Nuffy bar. No watch it buckle now when you see me go the bar. Girl I tell her friend I say she just love his star. Music me use and I chop me chop so when some boy a cap. And not even that make me buy car. Oh yeah, when them a say we are the maddest and the sickest out there. Oh yeah, when them a say we are the maddest and the sickest out there. Oh yeah, when them a say move and move me not hear what them a say. Oh yeah, when them a say when we a step a big breeze out there. The coach make.
All right, I tell you what, big tune from Zabrik. But we're going to pause for a great cause and we're going to come back to more on the Dark Sky Rhythm. So big up to Natalie Sky Voice Lawrence, Zabrik. We got Keith Tolo, Steve Tolo, and we got King Malakia, all on the Dark Sky Rhythm. After, let's talk about this with Jannice O'Shea. Good evening and welcome, Jannice.
Good evening, Wayne Hall Show. How are you this evening?
Wayne Hall Show is great. And it just got greater.
Well, good evening, everyone in the chat and on all the platforms. I just hope everyone is doing well. I'm coming off of the Bourgeois Consult, so I'm doing extremely well.
Well, we're going to start right there. How about that?
Whatever we want to talk about, let's talk about this.
Okay, there we go. I knew something was creating a problem. There we go. No, we are golden. So let's start with Buju. Jannice, let's start with Buju. How was it?
Okay. That concert, Wayne, was just one of the best. I can tell you that only because Beres was just here. But not comparing them, Buju has grown. I mean, in so many ways that the concert overall was just almost perfect. We had such a good time. And then once we went through all of that and think about the fact that some of the concerts have been canceled, it's like you just feel like it's so sad that some people are not gonna get to see him across the US after what we experienced. You know what I mean?
I know.
But
that might be a not yet situation, hopefully.
Yes, not yet, right. So the show actually opened with, there is an artist called Friday with 2 Y's at the end.
Oh, yeah.
He's Haitian American. I'm sure you have heard about him. He did such a great job. So he had like a 45-minute, 50-minute set to open. And then we were surprised by Neil. Buju called out Neo, so Neo did some popular hits. Then Buju came out. We could hear his voice from behind, of course, doing Destiny, starting off with Destiny. And it was, the crowd just erupted when he came out, which is exactly what happens on all his stops.
Yeah.
But the Caribbean support, and American as well, but the Caribbean support, once the MC did his thing before Buju came out, and the MC called out, all the countries, and of course Jamaica was all the parishes. We sang the anthem. So it was just electrifying in the arena. So I can tell you that everything was just great. And then some of us are there thinking, so are we going to see a Jamaican? Here comes Gramps Morgan later in Buju's set. Gramps came out and they did a song together. And then he allowed Gramps to take the stage and do his song. You know which one I'm talking about, that very popular one.
A place for people like
you. Thank you. A place for people like you. Mm-hmm. So yes, it was a great show. So from about 8 to 11, it was just non-stop energy.
Awesome. So
yes.
What was I gonna ask you? What is it I heard about them taking away the flags? Do you know why?
Oh, I did not get the reason, but I was just thinking about it while there, and I said, wonder if it has anything to do with, this is taking it a little extreme, but let's talk about this. Wonder if it has anything to do with strangulation.
Okay.
Like you just hold it. I don't know. I can't think of any other reason that a decision could have been made to take away our flags. But let me give you a little incident with yours truly. Mm-hmm. My flag, Wayne, was kind of tied to the back of my shirt. So I really saw that they were taking flags, but to be honest with you, I kind of forgot that I had tied my flag on the back. I kind of wasn't thinking about it. So once I reached up to that point where we're entering, because I was watching it in the line and wondering, what's going on up there? Why are they taking the flag? So once I got up there, one of the guards came to me and he said, you're going to have to remove your flag because it's not fair to the other people. Very young, like about 20, 21. So I looked at him and I smiled. I said, okay, will do. Meaning you're not going to touch me and remove my flag. It's in my back, right? But I didn't say all of that. So he said it and I said, thank you. I smiled and he walked away. I walk in, scanned my ticket and just went straight to my seat. Nobody said anything about the flag. So my flag was pinned to my back the entire night.
There you go. So for the moral of the story is, carry your flags on your back next time, guys. All right. Wow. Yeah. Well, I'm curious if anybody knows why the flags were taken. Please let me know.
I am too. Because some people were wearing them. Well, of course, they wouldn't take those, but the very big ones, some people kind of tied them to like a shirt, like you make a shirt out of it over whatever you're wearing. So I don't know about those, but I know they were taking, for a while, they were taking the smaller ones. But I have no idea what the reason was. I just know that if you're looking at any videos, you're not going to see a lot of flags in the audience or waving or anything like that.
Yeah, and
Because
the
they
funny
took
thing
them.
is, the flags were all over the show in New York. Yeah, New
Right,
York.
exactly. I remember that. And after I thought about it, once I was inside and seated, when I said to myself, you know what, I'm going to leave it right there, because if I remove it, I might be tempted to, wave it. And I didn't want to make it too obvious since other people didn't have theirs. So I just left it tied to the back. So that was my Buju experience. Loved the concert. Everyone was just happy, smiling, leaving the arena, and just also excited just to see him. And he did a little talk like to the audience at some point, almost to the end of the show. And he made a statement, which some of your listeners might not know, that when he was locked up, he was in Georgia.
Yes, yes.
Yes, so he did. Yeah, he did make reference to that. He didn't stay on it long. He just said, the last time I was in Georgia, it wasn't too nice, but I'm happy to be back. I love you all, that kind of thing. But yeah, that's where he was. He was here in this state, locked away.
Wow. All right. Well, there we have it, Buju. Keep on, I guess, doing his thing. The what tour? I'm sorry, I forgot the dub line.
Long Walk to Freedom. Is it?
Right. And yes, thanks.
Yeah.
Good evening, Lady Jannice, says Andrea Brown McNeish. Buju was lit. Place was packed.
Andrea,
maybe to prevent the distraction for others by waving it around. Okay. Well, we have all kind of theories.
We'll have all kind of theories, but because I know that it was so popular at his other, concerts in general, even Buju, Barris, we had so many flags. Oh, the one in New York, that will be in November. So a lot of people across the country, that might be sold out soon because they are trying to go to New York, since it might be the one for this year. For 2024, that New York one might be the last one, and then Barris and Buju will open the new year in Jamaica with a concert.
Right.
Yep. What else we're going to talk about? Let's talk about this.
Jannice O'Shea, did you know 1.6 million people attempt suicide in 2022?
I did not know. What I do know, though, Wayne, is that the silence and the stigma of suicide is getting better in the sense that people are more open to talk about it. People are calling the prevention lines more. Folks are more understanding, more supportive. That part I know, but I had no idea that it was so prevalent or, in terms of numbers.
No clue it was, but yes, it is. And 700,000 people, average a year, die from suicide worldwide.
Wow.
And so here we are, we worry about the silent killer, high blood pressure and all that. But, we never know what someone is going through, Jannice. We never know. And so we had a guest on earlier, Dr. Karla Hylton, who shed some light from her own personal experience on that. And so we appreciate her doing so.
Yes.
All right.
Let me say this, Wayne, before you move on. In case Dr. Hylton didn't cover this part, but the theme this year for that is changing the narrative on suicide. But did she say anything that would indicate how is the narrative being changed? What would you say on that?
We actually didn't go into a lot of that. It was more very personal.
Oh, her personal experience. Okay. So Suicide Prevention Day was yesterday, September 10th.
Yesterday was Suicide Prevention Day.
Right. And we know the Suicide Prevention Awareness Month is September, but the theme on suicide prevention between 2024 and 2026, the theme is changing the narrative on suicide. So that's one of the goals, to change the narrative completely, which ties in with easing the silence and the stigma that's attached to suicide.
Awesomeness. Let's talk about this. It's 9/11.
9/11.
Where was Jannice O'Shea on 9/11 when it occurred?
Janice was on the job here in Atlanta, Ashford Dunwoody Road, and one of our VPs started walking around the office looking really sad, testing the waters to see who heard, who knew about it. I was at my desk, and they just, after he tested the mood, then they made a big announcement. We were just frozen.
Wow.
I don't think at that time smartphones, we went on our phones. We probably rushed to a room that had a television or something. Yes. But I do remember I was at my desk 2001 when the announcement was made in the office, and then the office closed early.
All right. Well,
it's one of those tragedies when that every year you relive it, you know?
Yeah.
Yes. It's absolutely. Like it just holds you so the memory of it. Yep. Crazy. Where were you?
Oh, I was in I shared that a little earlier with the audience, Jannice. I was in Mount Vernon, New York. Was in the city, was down there in Manhattan that morning, dropping off a friend. Went back home, got ready for work. And as we entered the car, the first plane hit. I remember Isley Brothers playing on the radio, and the skies look eerie. And I'm looking across at Michelle as we're getting in the car. We're looking at each other like, what the heck is going on? And then by the time we pull off, a second plane hit. I took her to work, then I went to work, and then Hall broke loose.
Oh, yes.
Just so sad. It was a very sad time. I literally saw bodies being brought into the Mount Vernon Hospital. I literally saw casualties being brought to the Mount Vernon Hospital because I was doing rehabilitation on my left knee. And it was it was so overrun in the city that they had to be bringing them as far out as Mount Vernon Hospital. So I did see some of that stuff. But crazy day. Won't ever forget.
I'm sure you already did your moment of silence. But yes, everyone
I did earlier today.
Had their own experience and a story that's connected to that. Yep. And so what else is going on for the weekend, Wayne?
So let's talk about this. Where will Jannice O'Shea be this weekend? And saying that, let me go over to my flyers. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, let me help you shout out Sounds of Praise concert, Saturday, October 12th. Please buy your tickets and support this gospel show. 4881 Lawrenceville Highway in Tucker, Georgia. They sponsored the Wayne Hall Show tonight. Their cost is $30 prepaid, $35 at the door. So I wanted to point that out and then move on into some of the stuff happening, Jannice, because like I said, let's talk about this. And
let's talk about September. What we have, Wayne? Well, let me answer your question first of all. My weekend is going to be spent with the Morant Bay High School alumni. Their fundraiser is going to be on Saturday the 14th.
And there's the flyer on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Guess what? Wayne Hall is going to be the MC. And all I can tell you is last year, we had so much fun. It was so good. We literally booked last year right there in the building. So
in the same
come
venue,
back out.
Yes.
Come back out and have a great. It's one of those events you just gotta come and experience the fun.
And you feel so good supporting it with the high schoolers in Jamaica. Yes.
And one of the really good, and not that they have bad ones, but I really think Morant Bay does a great job of raising these funds and putting it to good use for their students in St. Thomas. So, ladies and gentlemen.
And the accountability, Wayne.
Yes.
Morant Bay High School is one of those alumni organizations that their report, the report that they give every year.
Yes.
It's just the clarity, the full accountability of where the funds go, what it does, all of that. We look forward to that report.
Yes, man. And moving along, Jannice, I was worried that I would have to clone you because we also have the walkathon. Let's see, is this from last week or this week?
Manchester High.
Yes, Manchester High School. Mm-hmm.
Right, Manchester High School. They will be in the park at Yellow River. That is Saturday the 14th as well. Yes, I have that one, Manchester High.
But that's
And
early,
then,
isn't it? 8:30
yeah,
a.m.
it's all day in the
Oh
park. It's
yeah,
not just the walkathon.
right.
Manchester will be all day in the park.
Man, I need to win that $1,000 Delta gift card. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
you could too if you go to Give Butter, or you could Zelle to MHSATL, that's Manchester High School, Atlanta, Georgia at gmail.com. So you can Zelle. The proceeds are benefiting students at risk of not completing their high school education due to financial hardship. I like how they word that because that's typically what we do, but
Yes.
I like how that's presented.
Right. So the walkathon starts early, and you may spend the day in the park with the
8:30.
Manchester High School past students.
Right. Thank you for
Yeah.
that. Then, ladies and gentlemen, look, Calabar High School alumni has their 12th Founders Day dinner and dance as well, Janice.
Founders Day.
And this is 6500 Vernon Woods Drive in Sandy Springs at the Dorothy Benson Center. And this is Saturday, September 14th again. And this one starts at 6 p.m. So for those who want to be Calabar High School loyal,
Calabar
there you
High
go.
School, yeah. Yeah. So that covers the 14th. Do you have anything else for the 14th?
That for now is all I have on the 14th. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Then I
So
jump
we
on
can
down
move to the 21st.
Yep. And guess what popped up? The annual Atlanta Montego Bay Sister Committee celebrating 31 years of service. Their annual gala, 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. And guess what? Those who remembered my 10th anniversary, Mellow Groove Band will be the band on the stand. Yeah.
With DJ Migraine.
And there you go. And guess what? Tickets are only $140 per person. And for tickets, you can text the number 24, the word gala, to 53555 or visit their website at ambscc.com. Or put
Who's
your
the
phone up
MC
right
for
now.
that one? Who's the MC for the 21st?
Oh, wow. MC. Let me see. September tickets 24. You know the
Oh,
MC is
probably.
not mentioned on here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And
So we close September how?
well, we're gonna close September with, we have some choices, Janice, to make, because the first one that popped up said DJ Cold Rice and Lady D 12th annual birthday bash, Purple Formula, Saturday, September 28th. Admission is $20 at the JVC Event Hall. Music by Navis Bomb, Ricky Tsunami, Bugsy Bam Bam, Mikey Sparkle, DJ Bree Bree, Mr. Garrison, DJ Cole Rice, and Big Brother Foundation presenting this. And I do believe that some of this goes back to charity as well. So Purple Formula, also celebrating Valencia's birthday. So that's one choice you have, Janice, Saturday, September 28th.
All right. So
Now
I can
comes-
close the end of the month with that or Oliver.
Now comes the other one. The Mikey Sparkle production presents a brand new stage play. Enjoy 2 shows in one weekend, Janice. You have Saturday the 28th, and that's 6:30 p.m. The doors open. Showtime is 7:30 p.m. And you have Sunday the 29th. The doors open at 4 p.m. Showtime is 5 p.m. Admission, $60. It's called Lucky Money, featuring the one, the only Oliver Samuels. And again, Janice, it's at Shiloh High School. We're at 4210 Shiloh Road, Snellville, Georgia. And do you know where to go for your tickets, Janice?
No, I don't.
It's Mikey
How
Sparkle.
about you tell me and the audience?
It's Mikey Sparkle online.com.
Okay.
All right.
So one more I would like to mention for the end of
Yes.
September.
Yes.
The 28th and the 29th, Sweet Auburn Music Festival is an annual event downtown as well. It's free admission, and this year it's being held at 320 Irwin Drive in the city. So that's a big daytime one if you just want to be outdoors having some family fun. Sweet Auburn Music Fest.
Awesomeness.
Saturday and Sunday, the last Saturday and Sunday of the month.
Very good, Janice. All right. Well, thank you so much for another great Let's Talk About This.
Let's talk about this.
I love it.
So until next time, Mr. Hall.
By the way, Jannice, it was great seeing you at the grand opening for ENW Shipping last Saturday.
Oh, yes. That was a part of my weekend last Saturday.
Yep, and we welcome another
we
business.
have another shipping choice in the area.
Yeah, and another business entity in our community that we always pray that they thrive and give the love and support so they all can do well. And so congratulations, ENW Shipping,
to Mr.
your grand opening.
Walker.
Yeah, man. And welcome to the Atlanta area. Jannice O'Shea, thank you so much.
Thank you too, Wayne. Until next time, we'll talk. Have a great weekend.
You too. And go rock to the Dark Sky Rhythm as we get out of here this evening. All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Watch out, man. Hey, give me weed. Give me. Beast and loaded. When we touch it, see a girl when we like.
DJ Wayne in the house.
Entertainer from over Portmore named Candy and Nuffy Bar. No watch it buckle now when you see me go the bar. Girl I tell her friend and say she just love his star. Music me use and I chop me chop so when some boy a cap. And not even that make me buy car. Oh yeah, when them a say we are the maddest and the sickest out there. Oh yeah, when them a say we are the maddest and the sickest out there. Oh yeah, when them a say move and move me not hear what them a say. Oh yeah, what them a say? When we a step a big breeze out there. The coach bench them call them love suspension. Serve information like a talk shop. See me posters and say me dance must flop. Lend them me piece last week when it just dropped. Send 5-0 and me yard although me no just stop. Read and me family, yeah man. And me cause that party with the bricks them nuff. Plus that speed me speed off and left them a bust. Oh yeah, what them a say? We are the maddest and the sickest out there. Oh yeah. What them a say? Mouth a move, but me no hear what them a say. Oh yeah, what them a say? We are the maddest and the sickest out there. Oh yeah, what them a say? When we step a big breeze out there. Beast them loaded. When me touch it hard, see a girl where me like, Buffy her. Used to roll with poverty like how the entertainer from over Portmore named Candy and Nuffy Bar. No watch it buckle now when you see me go the bar. Girl I tell her friend and say she just love his star. Music me use and I chop me chop so when some boy a cap. And not even that make me buy car. Oh yeah, what them a say? We are the maddest and the sickest out there. Oh yeah, what them a say? We are the maddest and the sickest out there. Oh yeah, what them a say? Mouth and move me not hear what them a say. Oh yeah, what them a say? When we a step a big breeze out there.
Want to shout out Imar Shepherd. Good to see you, brother.
When them a say the thing mash up, when them a say the thing style. Then of his Sky Vice records the people in my ball. One Zambi King, the dancer.
I met this young lady one UK night. Her eyes were like fire, shining so bright. I made a pass at her and we went to the bar. I said to myself, this is what I'm searching for. So she danced and she moved, precise to the groove. I knew I couldn't lose. It's she I have to choose. All I could tell her, she danced like Stella. You really got
Steve Tolo, what we say?
You put me in the mood.
Hey!
All I could tell her,
TikTok,
she danced like Stella.
YouTube,
you really got the
Facebook.
You put me in the mood. All eyes are on us from there.
Linkage 101.75, 104.5. Hi, FM. Clark TV.
Everyone could see what she's doing.
Fit 96.7.
She's one jammer, got to
Fit
find her.
FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Dance like Stella, you really got the groove. You put me in the mood. All I could tell her, she danced like Stella, you really got the groove. You put me in the mood. She was on her eye, caught up in a rhapsody. Everyone could see what she's doing to me. Emotions running over, all over me. I was in a sea of mystery. All I could tell her, she danced like Stella. You really got the groove. You put me in the mood. All I could tell her, hurricane night. Her eyes were like fire, shining so bright. And we went to the bar. I said to myself, this is what I'm looking for. So she danced and she moved, precise to the groove. I knew I couldn't lose. It's she I have to choose. All I could tell her, she danced like Stella. You really got the groove. You put me in the mood. All I could tell her, she danced like Stella. You really got the groove. You put me in the mood. All eyes were on us from there on. Whoa, she had me walking on a tightrope. Everyone could see what she's doing to me.
Me have angels around me. Walking with you. But by the Almighty, mercy and grace preserve me.
DJ Wayne, your dub master.
No matter where them try, I shall not be removed. Hold me up, I shall not be removed. No matter where them try, I shall not be removed. Firmly planted by the Most High. I'm like a silent shooter.
King Malakia, untouchable. On the dark sky rhythm, let's go.
Back up, no heathen can't stop me, cause I shall not be removed.
Hope you're loving the vibe everywhere. Let's go, let's go.
Hold me up, I shall not be removed. No matter where them try, I shall not be removed. Firmly planted by the Most High. When me pray, heaven gate is open. Principalities of darkness get broken. They never know I'm chosen to shut down the works of Eden. Divine light that shine for me. I tell you, come out and sin, walk in victory, cause I shall not be removed. No matter where them try, I shall not be removed. Hold me up, I shall not be removed. No matter where them try, I shall not be removed. Firmly planted by the Most High. I'm like a silent shooter, working for the kingdom of the Father. Anyway, me step demons tremble, bind up, burn up every counsel of evil. How can me Satan not get no glory? But come to tell the Father's story. Back up, he then get trampled, cause I shall not be removed. No matter where them try, I shall not be removed.
That's right. This is where. Yeah. Yes.
No matter where them try, I shall not be removed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I say thank you. I want to just say a big thank you to everyone who locked in on Linkage Radio, Hype FM, Clark TV Network, Viscosity Blend, Island Worldwide, Reggae Vibes, EnergyRadio1.com, You Choose Radio. I want to say a big shout out to everyone on Fresh FM Radio. If you're on Fit 96.7, thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of The Wayne Hall Show. Also want to say big up to everyone watching on Restream. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on thewayneallshow.com, Facebook Live, TikTok. Hello, TikTok. All right. So big shout out to everyone who tuned in this evening. Don't forget to live and let love. The only way to start at the top is if you're digging a hole, and you should always look around for something great that needs some encouragement. Uplift it and be grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back next week with another great edition of The Wayne Hall Show. Looking forward to see you then. Until then, I want to leave a praising Jah with Ija Noah and Brap. And it goes like this.
Let everything that liveth give thanks and praise unto the Most High.
Yeah, man.
Mother, Father, Father, Mother, earth, sea, and sky.
Yes,
Praise Jah, people. You woke up this morning. Give thanks to the Almighty.
Bless up, Patrica.
It's good to be alive in this Gideon. Put your all in it now, let's go.
Prayer time, y'all.
I woke up this morning and I see the shining sun. Shining sun. voice and I praise Almighty Jah. The earth, sea and sky declare the glory of Jah. The firmament show it the handiwork. So I pray, yes I pray.
Hold up. I know I did my outro, but I just went over to YouTube. Big shout out to Connie Witter. Wow, happy birthday, Connie. And Shelly Ann Mackenzie saying niceness. Glad you are all here. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know what? A little bit of a brata. A little bit of a brata for my folks on YouTube. Let's go.
This morning, give thanks to the Almighty.
Shelly Ann Mackenzie, Connie Witter, happy birthday.
Put your all in it now, let's go.
Prayer time, y'all.
I woke up this morning and I see the shining sun. Shining sun. I lift up my voice and I praise Almighty Jah. Mighty Jah. The earth, sea and sky declare the glory of Jah. The firmament show it the handiwork. So I pray, yes I pray. Pray to Jah Almighty every day. Yes, I pray. Every day I pray. To Jah I pray. Almighty I pray. Every day I pray. I pray, I pray. Oh yes, I pray. Manifest themselves in many human ways. But through the powers of the Most High Jah, we move out of them way, their evil ways. But them devils with their sneaky ways stick everywhere you go. So I said, oh Jah Jah, today I pray, remove all them stumbling blocks out highway. Oh Jah Jah, today I pray, remove all them stumbling blocks out highway. So I pray, I pray, I pray, I pray, I pray unto Jah Jah every day. I pray.
Yes.
I pray. Yes, I pray. Every day I pray. To Jah I pray. Almighty I pray. Every day I pray. I pray, I pray. Oh yes, I pray. I pray unto Almighty Jah each and every day. I man pray to keep them heathens and infidels out highway. I pray, cause the words of truth and knowledge is thy weapon. I take no prisoners in a Gideon. Almighty Jah is thy foundation. Everything else a distraction. Only Jah foundation, upon which I man stand, firm and strong. So I lift up my voice and I praise Almighty Jah. Each and every day I pray. Yes, I pray. Every day I pray.
FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
I pray.
Fresh FM Radio.
Every day I pray.
You are listening to The Wayne Hall Show, where information